Hey, the Raiders are back at it for organized team activities, and you can tell from the previous practices and continuing on through today that these players already are showing the Jon Gruden effect. Hello, and welcome to Vegas Nation, our off-season update. I'm Bryan Salmond. Now, new Raiders acquisitions seem to already be paying dividends. Jordy Nelson has been a leader in meetings, bringing a vocal presence in a group once led by Michael Crabtree and Amari Cooper, not your more vocal guys. Running back Doug Martin seems to have put his past squarely behind him and is looking more like the muscle hamster, the nickname he doesn't like but media like myself still love. Sorry. And Coach Jon Gruden has quickly changed the culture to an energetic and positive atmosphere without having any real practices yet. The silver and black are back. Let's get more perspective from our man who has boots on the ground. Raiders beat writer Michael Gehlken is in Alameda and has more on Tuesday's workout. Michael.
Thanks, Brian. Raiders have been very encouraged in OTAs based on what they've seen from their young defenders. At cornerback, Garon Conley, the team's 2017 first-round draft pick, is flying around. Look at the defensive line. Draft picks, Arden Key, Maurice Hurst, P.J. Hall, all have flash, as has Vidal Brown, a second-year player who spent all of last season on the team's practice squad. But something that's really stood out this week, someone who feels like he's having his best week, is a veteran in Derrick Johnson, a 35-year-old linebacker going into his 13th NFL season, said he's feeling he's having his best week because of his increased familiarity with defensive coordinator Paul Guenther's defense. That's important because in a defense that figures to have all these young players, they're going to be looking to Derrick Johnson for that experience as the inside linebacker. He needs to, if a teammate has any trouble with his assignment, be able to direct traffic, tell them where they need to be. So Johnson feels like he's getting to that point, boding well for the Raiders defense. Something to keep an eye on this Thursday, a change in the schedule. Raiders only have 10 OTA practices that they're allowed under the collective bargaining agreement. They're going to go ahead and not have one of those. Thursdays, instead of practice, the team will host 8 different Bay Area high schools for a 7-on-7 tournament. The players will be the coaches, and the Raiders coaches will be officiating that game. Jon Gruden choosing community service in lieu of practice. From Alameda, this is Michael Gehlken. Back to you, Brian, in the Vegas Station studio.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. Now, remember, you can read all of Michael's great work at ReviewJournal.com. You'll also find pieces from Review Journal, NFL writer Gilberto Manzano as well. And if you haven't already done it, do it. Download our Vegas Nation app. You can find the material there as well as our Vegas Nation podcast, which is also available on iTunes. And finally, if you didn't know, you're going to ask somebody, but if you didn't know, Vegas Nation is on Roku television. That means you can see all of our reports and updates right on your television. So for Michael in Alameda, I'm Bryan Salmond for Vegas Nation, our off-season update. See you next time.